All right, guys, I have a shower thought for you.
Yeah.
My shower thought recently was, and this will have caveats like the last one with the first door that still exists,
Yeah.
So this is, and I did do my research on this, so I do have some
So
actual
it's not just an
examples.
idea thrown out there.
This is, what was the first painting of a person who was named?
Ooh.
Well, okay. Here's where
First
we get
painting of
into
a
the
person that was named. Oh,
what are we
it's
going
gonna
to
be
really
older than
count
we
as
think
like
it is.
somebody being named?
So,
'Cause what's to say that an early man was not like
That we
this
know
one
as
dude
named,
with
like,
brown hair?
no, he
that
has
we
to
have evidence
he
for.
has to
You know what
have
I mean?
a name. Yes, he has to have a name.
Yeah.
So it's more likely painted by that person. So it's a painting
Okay.
painted by that
What's
person.
the first recorded name in history? Like who's the first person that was written down in history? Because that's probably who it would be.
You think so? Well, here's where caveats come in. It can't just be on a cave wall. It has to be like a painting with pigments.
Is this my question here is like, does it have to, like, is this a real person, or is this like, could it be like a or something?
Well, that's another caveat that I'll get to after we talk about this one specifically, because there is an answer that along those lines, Eric.
I think you're specifically saying like on canvas, right?
Yeah. Well,
like a portrait on canvas or something like that.
Also, not on a wall. Because because we got, Greeks, Romans, the Egyptians, like all that shit that they painted named figures on walls before. You know what I mean?
True.
So are we saying it's like painted as a painting on like a canvas type situation, or like our walls?
I wasn't thinking. Well, I'll get to that when I talk about this other caveat, where I also thought in this shower thought, what was the first artist who signed their art?
Mm-hmm.
And has like, notable things still in existence that was like a real person who named their art. And it does go along those same lines of their canvas, in quotes, wasn't necessarily cloth or actual canvas.
Yeah, like you're probably, I think, dealing with me if we're not specifically saying like either a cave wall or a canvas of a portrait, maybe like an indigenous group drew someone else, from their group that had a name that they also were able to like sign, like a horse hide or like, or something like that.
My instincts are either, again, like, just because the old ass civilization with Egypt that we still have shit for. I know that was where I went the first time, but like that's big in my brain. China also is a place that my brain goes to. Those would seem like
my brain goes to China.
It does it pack its bags.
Bye bye.
My brain
nice
goes to
trip.
China. Yeah, dude.
I love that the way you just said that though. Like China is another place that my brain goes to.
My brain goes to. I mean, but those are just kind of the basic logical answers to me, because China been fucking around with pigments and ink for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Well,
I mean, it's probably older than we think it is.
Mongolia?
that was one of the things I was gonna bring up. Yeah, Mongolia.
So if we can narrow this
The
down,
Byzantine Empire,
I'll
Mesopotamia.
I will put
Right.
the final
We still have
caveat.
some of that shit, don't we?
I'll put the final caveat of self-portrait by the artist on canvas.
Okay, so it's not a deity.
Well, that's super
Well,
specific then. But
that
I mean, like,
deities didn't exist. They were, folklore and things for people to put their.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, this
So
person had to
hey, man.
exist. This person had to
Yeah,
exist.
as you were saying earlier, I brought up could it be a deity or a person? You were a little vague about it.
But
you were a bit wishy-washy on that
was with
subject.
that was with this other caveat of named artist.
Yeah.
First named artist.
Now that you said it was a person self-portrait that they did, obviously since it's a self-portrait, so that rules out any fictitious figures.
But you said self-portrait signed on canvas. That's fucking
not signed, but like first known portrait.
Even just
painted
self-portrait
by the
on
person.
canvas. The canvas part is like, I think, pretty narrowing, because that, I don't know when exactly that would have come about, like as a wide use thing, but pre-Renaissance, like, or pre-Victorian, I'm not sure how to what the statute of limitations is.
So
what I think too is like it has to. So mirrors had to exist, or things that, you know what I mean, because the person has to do a self-portrait. So they have
No,
to see
Eric, they had somebody else before mirrors existed. You had somebody else paint a portrait of you, and then you did a self-portrait based on their portrait of you.
That would be some portraitception there.
So I will put in
telephone.
One of the first things that popped up. This is what popped up.
The answer, just another one.
No, this is the closest answer to the
Flemish painter,
the ideas that I had in my mind. But then I kept going, and there's another one by Munich. His name was like Munich Dürer or something like that.
Are you fucking German?
No. Well, I don't know. His name was like Dürer.
His name's goddamn Munich, dude.
Well, it's something crazy.
Or is he Flemish as well?
Could have been.
Dane? Dutch?
Give me a sec here.
Austrian? I guess at the time it was probably Prussia in general. How about that? Isn't that weird? That Germany's relatively young as a country.
I mean,
there we go. So this guy, Albrecht Dürer.
You can't tell me that dude's not Dutch or German.
Okay. So what does that mean for us then?
What is he?
That this image here is called self-portrait. So the other one was just called Man with Turban or Man in Red Turban. It didn't really say that this was Jan van Eyck's portrait of himself. This is like the first one that we can say.
This is the first one that we know.
Albrecht Dürer self-portrait
is somebody's self-portrait. Okay. Because I suppose the other ones you wouldn't be able to tell. You know what I mean?
Because they didn't name it self-portrait. I mean, it's implied.
Or they didn't name it, or it's like, again, like it's just something on a wall.
Yeah.
Like it's just cool. So 1471, that's later than I thought it would be.
And then to get into, I have to go back into my...
When was the mirror invented, Tyler?
Whenever God was invented.
when people looked into the reflection in a creek. I don't know.
No, but I mean like an actual like mirror.
Bronze Age?
The Mirror Age.
The Mirror Age, yeah.
Well, I guess we just been having mirrors, brother. It was earliest man-made mirrors were created around 6000 BCE in
Holy
Anatolia,
shit.
which is modern-day Turkey, using
That's
polished
crazy.
obsidian. Polished obsidian, and then
Sure.
like other polished metal mirrors such as copper and bronze in Egypt, Mesopotamia. Modern glass mirrors were perfected later in the 19th century.
Yeah. That maketh some sense there.
So yeah, the modern mirror was 1835.
That's the movie that I want to discover this
Dude, it's
2026.
goddamn
is
German
The
again.
Modern Mirror.
German chemist. Justus von Liebig. It's all Germans, dude. It's always.
Those crazy German.
So the next one was the first artist to actually sign their art.
Yeah.
So like the earliest signatures of somebody that, you know, made art
The
and then
graffiti count.
and signed it. Was it Banksy?
I'm thinking
you think?
No. I'm thinking
Does-
like, because there's like, you know, like the oldest known graffiti is like a dick joke in like Rome, you know, that someone etched on a wall. Like, I'm wondering if it's like something some dude carved onto a fucking wall and put his name on. You know what I mean?
What?
Or is this a painting?
Because like calligraphy is technically art, right?
Yeah.
So like,
But like words is
What if-
part of it. You know what I mean? You're like writing your name.
I
in
was thinking
calligraphy,
mainly
I don't
about
think as signing your art.
yeah,
The
I was
art
thinking
is
mainly
the
about
signature.
an art of like painting of figures, like you were talking about gods, right?
Yeah.
And that is a part of this caveat one, you know, the signed one.
Interesting. So, God, to me that it seems like Europe
It's
would
gotta
be
be
the place,
like-
because I don't think of could just be my sheer lack of knowledge, which is immense in all of this, but I don't think of like old art I've seen from, you know, like Asia, India, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
India's in Asia, but you know what I mean. As being signed, like I don't really early stuff anyway. To me, that seems like something goddamn Europeans would do.
So this is what I stumbled upon.
Yeah. Ever stumbled upon?
Yeah, I do. Exekias.
Zekias, some Greeks, dude.
Exekias, he made a really cool pot that you can see is
The
Ajax.
Hercules pot.
Yeah, Ajax and Achilles playing dice.
Yeah.
This is the one.
Yeah, a
Oh
little.
fuck yeah!
little,
Some Trojan War art.
So
Yeah,
he
a
signed.
little,
You can see right
Iliad.
here. One says Ajax, the other says Achilles, and
Yeah.
I think his name is over to the left of Achilles. That's his name, Ezekias.
Dude. So this is what's funny was so I expected the self-portrait to be like ancient, right?
Sure.
But I expected this to the point where I said Greek, Rome, Egypt when we were talking about the self-portrait.
Right.
And then I assumed this one, the signed one, was going to be more recent, where it's the other way around, where this is actually Greek. Like, that's crazy. Would have thought one came before the other, but I was wrong.
Oh, never mind. Achilles is
What?
saying 4. That's his speech bubble. This is like the comic. So
the number
right,
4.
he's saying the number
What do you
4,
Is
and
this the
then
earliest comic strip?
yeah, it could be. So it says Achilles and Ajax probably at the top, and Achilles says 4, Ajax says 3. So Achilles won in this game of dice that they're playing, I guess.
Nice.
No, Achilles 4.
Achilles 4.
Not Achilles 1.
Gilbert has a lot to thank for, a lot to thank the Trojan War for.
Yeah.
But yeah,
thanks, Paris.
That's his signature, Exekius, and that's the first, I guess, from what I can tell, unless I get fact checked somewhere, that this is the first known signing of an artist on their art.
Where are my modern day Greek dudes at named Ezekias? I need that name to exist.
Dude, I bet you that they fucking exist and that they're glorious.
Exekius sounds like a fucking Adonis name too. Like he'd just be like all yoked out and just like flexing wherever he goes. I'm Exekius.
Like an Adonis type, or he's like a big bad go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? Like he's like Goliath and David and Goliath. Just this big SOB. You know what I mean?
Potters back in the day were jacked off off of their gourd.
Like a person holds a
fucking clay. Sorry, Wilson. What were you saying?
No, you're good. You're talking to me. It sounds like you're talking about a person who commands a lot of respect and a lot of positive feeling and community through their peers, and so they're highly respected and should be recognized as such.
Just think like if it was modern day, like Ezekias would like bust into like a saloon wearing a fucking leather jacket,
and everybody would know his name and say, Ezekias, you just came back from this charity event, didn't you?
And then fucking the opening riff to Bad to the Bone comes on, that's Ezekias in my mind.
From the day I was born.
If he was in the modern day.
From the day I was Ezekias.
Yeah.
But yeah,
dude, those potters were working that clay, dude. They're probably jacked out of their gourd.
They're working that clay, dude.
Yeah. I think it's easy making a pot that's like that, dude. Brother, get out of town.
You talking about Achilles and Atreus, my bro?
Yeah. Talk about the goddamn Trojan War, dude.
Yeah. Did anybody else have shower thoughts after I mentioned it last time we kind of discussed this?
All the time, dude, but like none I remembered.
Okay.
Yeah, you kind of have to shrug them off, otherwise
I get lost in these.
Your day gets away from you.
And you just think about them for a while, and all of a sudden you're like,
And then I sit in him and think a chair and think. Like, no. You got to space them out a lot more, or just end it at the first one. Then I sit in him and think a chair and think. That's it.
That's it.
Dead silence for like a minute.
You stay there, you stay thinking, and you're like, oh shit, I'm stuck now.
God damn it! How do I get out of this?
God damn it!
I have to think of something.
I didn't get any mail, so I can't use my mind to take a step at a time and do anything that we want to do.
Because I have to think.
That's when Blues Cadoos.
I'm always. Some of mine are always like food related, where I'm like, "This is a motherfucker that's just like, I'm gonna mix water with this ground up plant and roll it around, and then fucking here's bread." You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
Who's that person? Or like,
you know what, Eric?
What?
I think that is a person who is sitting very close by, and a good friend of the person who also thought, let me take this plant and mix it up with whatever else and then ingest it into my body and get fucked up. And then now I'm seeing colors. Now I'm getting ideas to mix other shit and start smearing it on my body. Like,
right. there is that theory that humans gain consciousness because they ate psychedelic mushrooms. You know, that is a theory out there.
It's a good theory. Like
Yeah,
ape-like humanoid ate some mushrooms. Is like, whoa,
change the brain chemistry.
what if we
It,
cooked this?
dude. Well, yeah, and cheese. You know, one motherfucker left some milk out too long or some shit, and then fucking saw what happened to it, and we're like, yeah, I'm gonna eat that. You know, and then cheese happens. You know,
Yep.
that's the stuff I think about a lot. Is like weird food things like that. 'Cause it's just
Mhm.
like boiling the food down to no pun intended basic components and just being like, who's the person that's like, I'm gonna eat that, or like, who's the person like, if you put all these things together in this, it's gonna form a great base of flavor. Or I'm gonna grind this plant up, mix it with this plant, and we got this like seasoning mix, or it's interesting. Coconut milk, the fuck, you know,
Yep.
that's
Who
weird,
That's
milks the first coconut?
yeah. Who found the teats on that coconut?
right?
who was there
Was
another
the
coconut nearby to do the Robert De Niro face and start breaking into? I've got nipples. Would you milk me?
right?
I got hairy nipples.
Because like
I'm a coconut.
coconut milk is like the water mixed with the flesh, right?
Whoa, that
I'm
sounds like
not
a
sure.
poem. Is that a poem?
No,
It is
it's
the
just
water mixed with the flesh.
That's
wait.
an incantation. You're
I
summoning
know,
That's
right?
the
something.
consecration coconut.
Yeah.
Because obviously, there's
Consecration
coconut water is
incantation.
just the water out of the coconut, but
Did
like,
anybody want to try that fruit that Rafiki cracked open?
yes, that gourd, hell yeah, brother,
Good lord, I wanted
Nah,
to eat that so bad. Like,
I
what
felt
is
I
that?
always felt it was more of a seasoning than an actual
like a sauce, base of a
food.
sauce.
Well, at the beginning he
Um,
used it to like baptize Simba, but then like
yeah,
he
but then
does
he
that
takes a bite
same
out of it.
motion. He does that same
Dude,
motion
he
at
gets
the
Cheeto.
end.
I'm talking about when he gets Cheeto fingers and rubs the red shit, like the dry Cheeto finger
Yeah,
shit on the.
Oh yeah, where he's like, he's alive. Like that kind
Yeah,
of
yeah. Well,
after a
he's
Sunday
mixing
I
Sada
something
squash
with
banana.
banana. That
Yeah.
movie made me want to eat a lot of things that I shouldn't eat, like the fucking
The
bugs,
grubs? You want to eat those
the grubs,
bugs?
dude. Yeah, you know, Disney was good at making food look appealing. Like I said, the best the pizzas ever looked was in fucking Goofy
Goofy
movie.
movie.
You know,
Leaning Tower
oh
of
shit! What
Cheese.
else did I
creating
see? What
creating
I
realistic
see
pizza standards.
at like recently that I was like, oh my god, this has one of those foods in it. I forget, but I will. It will come to me, and I will relay it to my boys.
I need to know.
Well, I'm glad we digressed a little bit further from the core issue and
Dude.
discussion because this artist one came after we talked last time about my shower thought. And I was like,
Yeah,
oh, okay. Well, it's kind of like a continuation of that original shower thought.
right.
Because I think we got into art a little bit in our
Yeah.
discussion last time, and that's what kind of made me think of this. Like, what's the first named artist? What was the first like
I think
picture of an artist?
I like to think that another I get. I like to think that like mechanical engineers are just like those dudes got to like practice black magic or something because like some of these specific like created for a specific function as machines that they make just like blows my mind. Like this one's gonna fucking tie a ribbon around the thing, and this whole machine's built around that. It's got 3 million parts, and I have to know what each of those million parts do, make this function to make this function, so that this little tweezy bit fucking ties a ribbon.
Mm-hmm.
That's black magic to me. I know it's just science and math at the end of the day, but it's like blended with creativity. Like usually like there's someone who's like really smart in science and math, and there's someone who's really creative. They're two different things. But then like there's this unholy union that happens between the two. And you get your goddamn mechanical engineers and shit.
I can agree with that. I could say there's a lot of engineers and mechanics that have a creative brain, because
Yeah,
you could look at
you
like
have
those
to.
you c- those like hillbilly truck like mods that they do. It's like that's got to
Well, they're
be like
literally creating, right? So it
they're
is
creating
creative, right?
something from like scraps of other things. So yes, there has to be a component of creativity, and like
Yeah.
they just know their medium is cars and mechanic stuff. So like that's it's their creative focus, and they just make weird abominations from dilapidated cars.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. There were like, that was like that's one of the only jobs I can think of that really blend like having to be really fucking good at math and science and having to be really fucking good at having like creativity. But like architecture's like that too, right? Like you have to be creative and imagine this thing, but it also has to work. It also has to follow, specific measurements and all that stuff and making that work together until boom, one day here's a whole fucking skyscraper, right? Like
Yep. Form, function, codes. Yeah.
how does it look? You know what I
And
mean?
the
Like
look. Yeah.
all of that. Yeah. Especially like I said, like a lot of like architects who have, very specific styles and visions where you get, the, unique looking homes or buildings that are, outside of the norm.
Mm-hmm.
But even down to just your basic bitch fucking, you know, 10-story office building, you know. These are the things that plague my mind.
And you love to escape to China every chance you
Yeah.
get.
That's why my mind has to go to China.
My mind goes there.
My mind goes there.
Without me. Separate from me. My mind goes there.
It's like Doctor Strange.
You
Yeah,
astral
I'm-
project to China. Guys, I gotta be right back.
It immediately brought to my mind this like really adorable, wholesome image of like Bradshaws brain popping out of his head like a cranium just opens up like on a hinge, and it just like has spindly little like legs and arms, but then
And a
it just
beanie.
like
It just takes his beanie
no
with him.
no beanie. It's just a brain that comes out and then it puts on a nice little like pork pie or fedora, picks up a
fedora.
suitcase and then gets on an airplane and goes off to China.
Than I do.
Yeah. It wants to look like 50s, like business professional on the airplane.
Yep. Sitting in business class.
Smoking and having some peanuts and having like a little cocktail.
Yeah.
Can I get another one of these here?
I'm escaping my host so I can go to China.
I'm going to China. I go there.
I go there sometimes.
Sometimes.
You hear that? You hear that ice
I go
cracking?
there.
All right.
Cup is empty.
Thanks for joining me in the shower with some thoughts.
Clicky.
Join us in the shower.
Join us next
Scrub and
time
clean.
in the shower. We'll get squeaky clean and maybe go to China again because we'd love to go there.
Not going to have any more shower thoughts if I don't shower.